Today, we're talking about articulation, or as some of you in my DMs might call it, how to play fast. Let's look into it. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Violin Playing. Articulation is an extremely important topic. It's just as important in your playing as it is in your speech. If people can understand what you're trying to say, the whole thing is just pointless. Not even great intonation is gonna save you.
It's fine for me to display the Joe drink all around the masturbatation town while I formass the Pope for cream and
What articulation actually is coordination. More precisely, the coordination of the timing between your left and the right hand. Without further ado, let me show you how I work on my left-right coordination. We're gonna be discussing this in one of the variations of Nathan Milstein's Paganiniana. Okay, so this one is one of my absolutely favorite exercises ever. I feel like everything with violin playing has to do with preparation mainly, and this exercise perfectly reflects that. So the way this exercise works is making sure that the left hand is always a little bit ahead of the right hand. And of course we practice this slowly because we don't practice any other way. Duh! I'd say that both this exercise and also comparing with open strings for intonation are the two main things that I do when I practice a piece. If you don't know what I mean by practicing with open strings, I've linked a video right here where I talk about how to play more in tune. So I place the finger, but don't play. I wait, let my brain process all of that, what just happened, and then I play the note. And as soon as that note stopped sounding, my left hand is locked and loaded, and I repeat the process over again. The temptation is always to do this exercise fast, but actually, it's more beneficial in my experience to do it slowly. Really take your sweet time between the notes and let it marinate what just happened. It's also super important to keep the bowings and fingerings the same as when you're performing the piece. It's funny because sometimes when I show this exercise to a new student of mine and they've never done this before, they sometimes, even though they played the piece for many years in some cases, they completely forget their bowings, their fingerings. It's like complete chaos ensues in their head.
I'm sorry, but I am so confused.
But believe me, once you have chewed through any passage, playing it like this, you're gonna feel like it's all just happening. It feels much more relaxed because it's prepared. So when I have slurs, I still do those. And as you can see, I'm also preparing the string crossings because it's all about preparation, right? You see, I'm already on the D string, already on the A string, already on the D string, A, D, G. Another cool variation on this exercise would be slurring the following note. Because this exercise is so ridiculously effective, I don't really do dotted rhythms that much, but if you want to throw everything at the piece that you've got, do it, by all means. And then reverse. That's basically just attacking the issue from another angle again. Another thing I like to do in order to improve my articulation is practicing everything really slowly, shocker, with really little bow and lots of pressure right by the bridge. I'm not entirely sure why this works, but it totally does. My suspicion is that it slows you down, and that's why you're forced to actually fully experience all the small processes that are happening. Also notice how I'm doing my string crossings. I'm preparing them. It's not sudden. It's not going... It's a rounded motion. It's not angular. You see? I'm getting closer and closer gradually to the A string as I'm still playing on the D string. Also, what helps me while doing this exercise is really staring down the contact point of the bow hair and the string, which is ideally, of course, as close to the bridge as your violin can take. Another thing that really helps me is really lifting up my fingers. Mostly as an exercise, because of course there's not that much time when you're actually playing the piece full speed. You see the open string? All fingers off. It slows you down, it's a bit harder, it requires more preparation. So then once you're playing the piece full speed, you're just gonna be flying through it. So yes, these are my thoughts on articulation. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, all of that stuff. I also offer one-on-one online lessons on Patreon. The link to that will be at the end of this video. Happy preparing and happy practicing. I'll see you in the next one.